Hello and welcome to the Boys Upstairs Show.
I never understood what it's for.
NFC North.
Exactly. It's so dumb.
Bullshit.
This is tough.
All right.
Tough.
Bullshit.
Honestly, I actually like it.
The
Here we
Lions.
have the NFC North. Sam's not here to defend it, so it's just Jake. We have the Lions winning the division. I have them going 10-7. They're the only team from this division I have making the playoffs. Then I have the Vikings being second. I have them 8-9. I also have the Bears going 8-9, but they're third. And then I have the Packers at 5-12. I have them going 4th.
Damn, twin.
One playoff team, just the Packers, or just the Lions, sorry, 10-7. I think that the Vikings and the Bears are going to tie at 8-9, but neither of them make the playoffs. Thoughts?
You disgust me. You disgust me.
You did this for
I
content?
agree with you on the Packers. I think the Packers stink. What?
Was this for content?
No, this is not for content. I think that the Vikings are going to regress a slight amount. I think the Vikings...
That voice bad. Let's go!
He's got a red rocket too.
Get
All right.
fucking into
I think
it,
the Vikings
Sixers.
were in a lot of one-score games last year.
Yeah, and Kirk Cousins, the best quarterback in the NFL. That's why they won.
All right, I know the Postman just watched the quarterback documentary.
Super
so
nutty.
He really likes Kirk Cousins.
I love this man.
So, and that's fine. I like Kirk Cousins too.
Netflix star.
But I think that the
He's a
Vikings
G.
win a lot of one-score games that they may not win this year.
Yeah.
And I think that the Vikings are going to slightly, just barely, miss the playoffs at the 8th seed. But they could make the playoffs. I'm not saying it's impossible. I think they barely miss. So I think that the Lions are going to win this division. I have this division being not that great. So that's my thoughts on it. And I just want to say this. I think that Jahmyr Gibbs for the Lions is going to be a superstar. So I think that he's going to be really good. I think that's going to improve them a little bit. They also got, I forget his name, Jackson, linebacker out of Iowa, was their first.
Jack Lambert or something. I can't.
Not Jack Lambert.
Not Jack Lambert. That's
Jack
another
Ramsey
football
or some
coach.
shit like that.
Something.
Some shit like that. But yeah, he is.
Iowa, yeah.
Iowa linebacker.
You go to Iowa, you like to hit.
I think that the Lions are going to be very good. I like, obviously, Jared Goff, his improvement last year, his ascension last year. I think that he proved a lot of people wrong. You put him in the top 20 as a quarterback, 11, I think.
Number 11, yeah.
So yeah.
Dan Campbell, great head coach.
Dan Campbell, what's not to love?
What's not to love? I think the Vikings make the playoffs. And
I'm
I'm
not
not just
mad at
saying
that.
that sitting next to Jake Lewis, but
Really
Like,
comes
you
down to
can't,
like
like-
Vikings, Giants.
You can't
And the Giants beat the Vikings last year in the playoffs.
Look, I mean, realistically, I think the Vikings probably win the division, but the Lions easily could. But you can't underestimate the Vikings that much. They did. You can say they won a lot of one-score games, but they won 13
I
games
only have them
last year.
losing 2 more games than the Lions here.
What did they go last year? 13-4.
13-4.
Like I know they were
Undefeated
close
in
games,
one-score
but like
And they lost to the Giants in the playoffs.
you're saying they're gonna win what?
8, 9.
That's 6 less games.
I think.
You
that
think
the
they got
Vi-
6 games worse?
I don't know necessarily that they were 6 games better. I think that they got lucky a lot. They were in a lot of one-score games, the most of any team in NFL history last year. They also beat the Colts by fucking the largest comeback of all time.
all right.
There's a lot of crazy
What
shit.
does that bring
Is
up?
it
Why don't you
6
bring that
games?
one up?
What a great day.
Why are you bringing that
God,
up?
love
I'm saying
that
there's a
day.
lot of fluky
Sandy
games,
caught a
like,
stray.
Okay, but like 6 games worth. Like that's a lot. That's like
I understand.
That's
I'm
a
not, I'm
lot
not
of
saying that
games.
there's
You
no
can't
chance
just say
that
like,
they make
oh,
the playoffs. They could
you
very
can't chalk it
well
up to fluke when it's
they could-
6 games. You're
they
saying
could
they
very
got
well win 9
substantially
games.
worse.
I think that, yeah, I think that the Vikings are probably 8 games, 9 games worth of wins. I think that they could win 10. Maybe they sneak into the playoffs as the 8th or the 7th seed, the 6th seed. But at the end of the day, I just think that if I had to choose one team, Vikings or Giants, I'm taking the Giants right now. They got Darren Waller. I think that he's going to get 15 catches a game. I think that he's going to be the number 1 receiver for the Giants, and he's going to get the ball a lot. If he stays healthy, that's a big deal. And Saquon's out to prove people wrong and get money, so I think that if it's between those two, I have the Giants being the 7th seed. I'd take them over the Vikings.
I'll do my best to be quick here. One, I agree on the Packers. I think they suck. Bears, I think you've overhyped. I see them capping at 6 wins, maybe 7, not 8 and 9. I understand that Minnesota lost a lot of key contributors. Dalvin Cook, Patrick Peterson, now with your Steelers. Congratulations. You lost to Darius Smith. I still think there's enough talent there to win the division. I love our coach. Do I expect us to be perfect in those really close games next year? No, I do not. But I think they'll still win 10, 11 games and should be in prime position to win the division. My biggest thing with you here is on the Lions. When have they ever had expectations?
Not once ever.
No.
Not once ever.
And you think they're going to meet them this year? Are you that confident?
Honestly,
they're going to meet expectations this year?
I pondered this.
They've never had.
I pondered this. I'm like, will I like lose respect for myself if I'm actually putting the Lions as my projected team to win this division? And I'm like, at the end of the day, like I don't think that it's that crazy. Like they have a great roster.
Of course, it's not that crazy.
And I just think that like
the Lions.
I think that the Lions, in terms of have they ever had expectations for? No, that doesn't mean that they can't. Like last year, they beat all of our expectations. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, they went 8-9-8.
Yeah, and they're better than the Packers. Like no one thought that was gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like I think that the Lions very well could win 10 games. It's not crazy to say that. I just think that the division is not as good as other divisions. Whereas 10 games will win the division.
Quick point here. You say for our key additions, our biggest one was Byron Murphy. It actually, and I'm ashamed at you for not knowing this, was Brian Flores coming over from the Steelers.
I mean, he's not.
That's not that big of an addition.
Our defense was terrible last year, and I believe he will make us substantially better.
I'm not saying
that's all I'm gonna say.
I'm not saying that I don't think that he can contribute because I do, but I don't think that he is a more impactful contribution. Like he was a linebacker coach for the Steelers last year, and our defense was not that great. Like I know we had injuries, but I just don't think that I don't think that the Vikings made a lot of key moves this offseason.
Jordan Addison,
who is
year.
a rookie. I think that he is going to be a good receiver. I like him coming out of college, obviously, Pitt and USC. But I just don't think that the Vikings are better than the Lions at the end of the day. The Lions, let me go to the Lions right here real quick. Lions have, there are these additions this offseason. Jahmyr Gibbs, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, Cameron Sutton, Jack Campbell,
Okay, sorry.
And Hooker. So I like the Lions. I do think the Lions have a lot of good positives. The only people they lost were DJ Chark, sucks. Jeff Okuda, sucks.
Yeah, Jeff Okuda's a
Jamal Williams for the NFL touchdowns last year, but whatever.
Yeah, well, they can replace him.
They got Jahmyr Gibbs. So
they also traded DeAndre Swift to the Eagles, but again, they got Jahmyr Gibbs. You think he'll be?
So
we'll see.
That's my thoughts on this division.
Yeah, I honestly agree with you. I think the Vikings might still be a playoff team, but they definitely regressed a little bit. I think their defense was already not great, and they lost a lot of key defensive weapons. And I think that
Cam Sutton and Jack Campbell.
No, I said the Vikings.
Oh, okay.
And I also think that Alexander Mattison cannot recreate what Dalvin Cook does for that team. So I think they'll regress a little bit, and I think the Lions, like what you said, they got better. Like I think the Vikings got worse. I think the Lions got better. Lions already had a positive record. They got some offensive weapons, and they made strides on defense. So I think this is honestly the division I agree with you the most.
Sean, thoughts on the NFC North?
Looking cool.
Looking cool. There we go. On to the next.
All right, on to the next.
So you think the Packers suck?
Let's go, Sean.
Yeah, the Packers suck.